There is some breaking news coming in, folks, that Deepak Chahar, Chennai Super Kings' spearhead, and the person who was bought for rupees 14 crore might be back in the Chennai Super Kings team. The date is reportedly April 25. Deepak Chahar, as you have known, he suffered a quadriceps injury during the West Indies series and he did not play in the Sri Lanka series and he missed the first two games of IPL 2022. Deepak Chahar, in his absence, Chennai Super Kings have really struggled to make a mark. Tushar Deshpande has struggled. Then, if you have to look at it, India and in particular, if I may say, Chennai Super Kings are struggling because Deepak Chahar is not able to strike in the power play overs. It was evident in the first two games that this would happen. The inexperience brought about by Deepak Chahar's absence has really hurt Chennai Super Kings. As for the first time in the history of the IPL, Chennai Super Kings have lost their first two opening games. They had come close in IPL 2012 when they had lost 2 out of 3 games. But in that, the 2 losses were sandwiched in between one win. So, folks who are joining us right now, big update. Deepak Chahar might join the Chennai Super Kings lineup on April 25. Those are the reports that are doing the rounds. But if I have to look at the overall picture, that is a big chunk of the IPL that Deepak Chahar is going to miss. Because by April 25, Chennai Super Kings would have played 8 games. It is reported that he might play in the April 25 game against Punjab Kings. But if he is not fit by that time, he might feature in the May 1st game. Because from April 25, Chennai Super Kings have a 5-day break. So that is why it remains to be seen whether Deepak Chahar will play the game on April 25. He's currently working out at the NCA, and according to media reports, he's already started bowling and he's also fielding. A quadriceps injury does take a lot of time to heal. So that is why it was expected that Deepak Chahar's layoff might be a lot longer than we had anticipated it to be. Chennai Super Kings did not get their IPL 2022 campaign on a high. They lost their opening game and they have also lost the second game, which was to KKR and to Lucknow Super Giants. Kolkata Knight Riders game at the Wankhede and Lucknow Super Giants game just illustrated how badly Chennai Super Kings are missing Deepak Chahar. Tushar Deshpande has struggled, but even Chennai Super Kings' overseas recruits in Adam Milne have also struggled. Milne and Chris Jordan were also sidelined because of injury, and that is why they did not feature in the game against Lucknow Super Giants. Chennai Super Kings did not make matters any better by having some very dodgy bowling decisions towards the end against Lucknow Super Giants. Shivam Dube went for 25 runs. So, on paper, if you have to look at it, Chennai Super Kings' bowling lineup is pretty weak in this aspect. They have Jadeja, they have Moin, but they need a decent leg spinner also. But it is the lack of a proper experienced Indian pacer that is hurting Chennai Super Kings. So folks who are joining us right now, the big breaking is Deepak Chahar might join the Chennai Super Kings lineup on April 25. Those are the reports that we are getting right now. Deepak Chahar was the key factor in IPL 2021 when his power play wickets, especially when they were playing at the Wankhede, gave Chennai Super Kings a great start. He had taken 4 wickets against Punjab Kings, you remember in that spell, where he absolutely bamboozled KL Rahul. His strikes, along with Shardul Thakur, had laid the platform for Chennai Super Kings and their batters to just go for the kill. It's been a very tough time for Ravindra Jadeja as captain because Chennai Super Kings batters did not perform in the first game against Kolkata Knight Riders. MS Dhoni rescued Chennai Super Kings and gave them some respectability with the bat when he hit a 50. But in the second game against Lucknow Super Giants, the bowlers suffered. Moin Ali was given just 1 over. And that is the reason why Chennai Super Kings just could not defend a total in excess of 210. 211 was the target, and for the second time in the history of the IPL, Chennai Super Kings could not defend a total in excess of 210. So they are clearly missing Deepak Chahar's first 4 overs. You must remember, folks, that in the IPL 2022 mega auction, Deepak Chahar was bought for 14 crores. perspective, that is even more than MS Dhoni. For the first time in the history of the IPL auction, Chennai Super Kings had spent over 10 crores for one particular player. That highlighted the value of Deepak Chahar in a big way. Chennai Super Kings will have to now really bounce back because their next game is on Sunday against Punjab Kings. If they lose that, then Chennai Super Kings are in an even bigger hole than what they were in 2020 because they have never lost 3 opening games, ever. Yes, in 2020 they did win one, but they lost 4 consecutive after that. So it remains to be seen how Jadeja steps up to the plate and how Chennai Super Kings pick their bowling combination. It's the bowling that needs to step up. Chennai Super Kings face Punjab Kings in a very important match on Sunday, which is a single header. After that, Chennai Super Kings and Deepak Chahar will miss at least 6 more games. So, from now till April 25, he may potentially miss 6 games. By the 8th game, we will come to know where does Chennai Super Kings stand in the points table. But you have to understand, folks, Sunrisers Hyderabad, Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians are at the bottom of the table. And today, Mumbai Indians are at the bottom now because of their loss to Rajasthan Royals. And that is why 10 title winners from 2008 to 2021, Mumbai, Chennai, Sunrisers occupy the bottom 3 slots. Rajasthan and Kolkata Knight Riders, the remaining 3 title winners, are at the top now. Rajasthan have defended totals 2 times. So this is the latest update that we have, folks. Once again, Deepak Chahar might join the Chennai Super Kings lineup on April 25. If he does not join on April 25, he will then play the game probably on May 1st. Chennai Super Kings by April 25 will have already played 8 games. We will come to know where they are in that playoff stage. But tomorrow was a very crucial game. Chennai Super Kings versus Punjab Kings. After losses to Kolkata Knight Riders and Lucknow Super Giants, they definitely cannot lose this. Because a loss will make their playoff path a lot more harder and they'll be playing catch up like how they did in 2012. In 2012, they were 4th and they almost got knocked out 3 times. But the other 3 teams botched it up and Chennai Super Kings reached the playoffs. And they reached the final where they lost to eventual winners Kolkata Knight Riders. Deepak Chahar will have to play a major role in ensuring they revive. Chennai Super Kings, again not qualifying for the playoff in Ravindra Jadeja's first year as captain, could prove to be disastrous. But yes, the bowling needs a lot of work. One hopes that the Indian contingent in Chennai Super Kings as well as the foreign contingent are fit for tomorrow. And here, we just hope that the likes of Mahesh Theeksana, Chris Jordan, Adam Milne, Tushar Deshpande, all fire against Punjab Kings on Sunday. Thank you for watching this live breaking, folks. I am Siddharth Vishwanathan. Sir, Mercedes F1 getting new floor in Australia. BH Karthik, I will answer an F1 question in an F1 live when we do it when the Australian Open Grand Prix is done. For me, I will focus on cricket. You watch out for our F1 live, which we will be doing in the aftermath of Australian Grand Prix win. So stay tuned to Sports Today for all those latest news from the world of sports. Like, share, and subscribe, folks. And don't forget to download the Gamezy app. Thank you.
राजस्थान विन भी कर दो तो